Hello and welcome to Grace Blossoms for You. Today I want to make some clusters using all kinds of shapes of tags as a base. And I welcome you to join me because this project is twofold. One, I need more clusters. And two, I'm trying to clean the desk around me, my work surface area here. If you could see, I have things within reach that should have been put away, and I have not been able to find a place for everything. So, the first thing I did was I took some pieces of, I took one piece of scrapbook paper. I think it was 10 by 10. And then I also took this file folder that I got at the thrift store, and I picked it up specifically because it was this color. So I took all these things and I cut different size tags with them, and I used this fancy tag punch. There you go. And the reason I wanted it in the first place is because of the shape. And then it has these 3 widths. So whatever width of paper you put in, you get a specific topping. So this is the 1.5 inch. This is then the 2.5, I believe. Yeah, that's the full width. And then there's the middle one, which is 2 inches. And then that gives you that one there. Now, if you don't have a fancy tag punch, it's okay. You can totally wing this. I was experimenting, and what I found was if you have just a regular hole punch like this, you can make your own fancy topping. And to do that, I used... Now, one of these I actually did make on my own, and the only reason I could tell that I made it was because I put the hole punch in the wrong spot. See this one? This is rough. It's almost 2 inches, but that's the beauty of this one. When you make it yourself, it doesn't matter what width they are, because here's the difference. This was done with the punch. See where the hole is? This one I made by hand, and see where the hole is? I put that in there with this. So, how did I get this? I took a piece of paper and I put something circular that would almost fill the gap, or almost fill that space. And then I traced around it, and then I just made edges for it, like wings. And then I cut it out, and then I tried to eyeball and put the hole in the center, but I should have put it in a little bit more. But aside from that, it looks just like the other ones. So you don't need the punch, is what I'm trying to say. But if you have one, it might save you some time. And two, there's all sorts of shapes that you could come up with. It wouldn't have to be this one. All right, that being said, I also went into my folder and found all these things, all these circles and things that I had started and I had punched out, and now I want to see if I can use them up. So the first thing I thought of was to take one of these, and I actually want to trim that down because I like the edges to turn down instead of up. Alright, so I'm going to do this one first. And I thought of doing a mass make, and I probably will do a bunch of them, but I think one at a time is more my style. So I'm going to try that. Alright, so first thing I thought was these summer ones. I have a couple with I think that's an anchor. And there we go, that's a shell. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe I will do 2 at once. I do want to trim this one down as well. Yeah, so how are you doing today? Hope you're well. All right, so I'm going to start something like so. Now that I have it on there, I'm not sure if I like the coloring. Okay, we'll just go with it. We'll love it when it's done, right? I also have this kind of a page edging. I just took some jelly print and sewed some strips of scrapbook paper to it. And I thought this would be a nice, especially for the summery ones, because it's got the ocean blue and it's got some gold on it. And gold goes with everything, doesn't it? So I'll just make a couple that are the same roughly. And 2, I probably will want to ink everything. And I also have some lace. I do. Oh, and I just found this lace here. I mean, I had it. I knew I had it, and I brought it forward, but I just thought of it in connection with the beach because it kind of has a sand color. And 2, I just found a sea sponge, and I wonder if I want to decorate maybe. I have no idea whether this will work or not. Hey, look at that. That's ink. And I'm just using a sea foam sponge. Look at that. I've actually never done this before, and look how pretty that is. It just gives you this whole other like interesting layer. Okay, cool. I did not plan on this and was not even thinking that this was a thing. I've seen sea sponges dipped in paint, and that's usually what I do with them. This is the first time I've reached for the ink, so I like that. Cool. And then for this one, maybe I should have tried a gray, but there's brown in here too, so I was holding it because I didn't want to get ink on my mat, but then it's already got a bunch of ink on it, so I like using ink because then I don't have to wait for paint to dry. But again, I never thought of using it for this purpose, so all right, I'm happy. Got a new tool. All right, so then I think I will ink some of this. Something like that. And then I want the lace. And then I think I need a word. And I pulled this page out of one of my books. I decided I'm going to use up all these word labels. I just got to figure out which one goes with the C. How about enjoy today? So I want to kind of stagger these things and then just stagger them like a cluster. The usual thing you do with a cluster, except I wanted the lace to show underneath and the tag or the label there, and then that kind of overlapping everything, except the lace doesn't really show. I could cut a longer piece, I suppose. Leave my scissors here so I know where they are. Okay, this one's a bit longer. Adding more to my collection there for what comes later. Okay, so there's that, and then this. Something like that. Alright, I'm going to use my hot glue. Yeah, I want it a little lower than kind of in the middle, top and bottom. And then whoa, don't drop it. Uh-oh. Okay, so I leave something to be desired. I think I need to trim the word tag here. I made these word bits, a whole bunch of them all at once, so I'm not surprised that it needs a little bit of trim. Okay, so just to let you know, a reminder that hot glue doesn't really like to move once it's set. So there's that. Okay. There. And then just ink the outside of it. Now I have some things that I could put, if I wanted to cover up the hole, I could do that. I could also use a pink one, but I think the blue one would go way better with the ocean theme. What else? I have little ribbons and bows that I did make earlier, and I found a blue one. I also have a white one. I think the blue one almost clashes with the other blue going on there, so I'll do the white. Okay. Then I just have to the goal was to sort of get the bulk of the bow into that hole so that it would be a little bit flatter looking on top. Okay, so there's one. And I know I didn't come up with this idea. I'm not saying that I did, but I have never made these and I thought I would like to really give them a try. So aren't we always looking for something new to do? Okay, so that's one. Then I have, this one's actually a bit shorter. Totally can stagger that. And what was I thinking? Oh yeah, a word. Like a word. I think this one. There's always a reason to smile. Unless I don't know, do I want something to stand out? Okay, God is love. This one applies to everything. Something like that. Okay. It's kind of annoying to have to put the glue gun down all the time, but oh well. Oh man, that is so annoying. Okay, pull out my other glue here. This Fairly Arts glue, it's good glue and it gives you time to maneuver things if you need that. It just, you have to hold it down for a few seconds for it to grab a hold. All right, so there's that. And then maybe that bow. It's yellow, but there's some yellow in the shell. I think that would work. There's also a little bit of yellow there. Then I need my hot glue. I do like the bows there. And that word bit is not staying down yet. Probably because there's lace and everything there. Okay, so there's two clusters ready. I'm just going to put one on top of the other. Okay. I think that's quite fairly, simple enough to do when you have something already in mind. I was thinking of doing a couple short ones. Oh yes, I forgot to ink this one. Okay. I do think I like that background thing though, whether or not it's for the sand on the beach. I just like the dimension it adds. Then I have these little oh, this could have been really good there. Oh well. That one is finished now. Unless sometimes it's fun to add an extra layer in the back too. So I do that. Just an extra strip. For fun, and of course I didn't ink it, but okay. This might work for here because it's short and small. I'll probably just do a couple more on camera and then just keep going for my own self here. What I was thinking was I have these little, what do you call those, lace holder ephemera, and I was thinking that might work good on there. And I do think I need another butterfly. Perhaps this one. Different color on each side. Something like that. And that has blue on it, so that bow might work. Or the flower. Although I don't really want to cover up that little birdie that's sitting on there. Sorry, I'm distracted by all the glue that's stuck to my fingers. This one might be too small for a word. I just thought some gold dots would be appropriate here. And I know I'm trying to do it, adding it to the background. There. Well, thanks for joining me today. This is what I came up with in the end, and hope that gives you some ideas. And we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.